Howdy, and welcome to the Texas Bucket List, the show dedicated to all the unique places we have right here in the Lone Star State, and a few you've probably never even heard about, like the Roadside America Museum in Hillsborough. Now, I'm sure you're thinking to yourself, Roadside America Museum, what is that? Well, don't worry, we found out for you, and it will floor you straight to the 50s. Smack dab between the metroplex and Waco, you'll find Hillsborough, which also happens to be the home of some very nice billboards for our favorite rest stop in West. But before we buy a bunch of kolaches at Slovacek's, we got our fill of Americana at one awesome stop.
Welcome to Roadside America.
Hey, glad to be here.
In Hillsboro, Texas.
Yeah, you got quite a few things here.
Well, yeah, I've got some pretty interesting things, I would say.
Just a few. Carol Estes is the curator here. Growing up a boy named Carol, was it like being a boy named Sue?
It had its challenges, yeah.
Did you beat up your father in the bar for that, or?
I don't remember doing that. He was too big.
Originally from Dallas County, Carol bought the old Ford dealership in downtown Hillsborough and converted it to a show place for all his possessions.
It's mainly a hobby turned into what people started calling a museum, so I started calling it a museum too.
A lover of all things 50s, Carol has been collecting a curious assortment of anything that makes him feel like he's a kid again.
I wish I had a time machine. I'd go back to 1959 and stay there forever.
You hadn't landed on the moon yet, I mean.
That's okay. The reason I picked 1959, I wouldn't want to miss the fins on a 59 Cadillac.
What is it about the 50s? Why were they such a magical time for you?
Oh, it was just such a simpler time, you know, before the computer age and all that stuff took over. And the cars, the cars of the 50s, yeah, come on, that's all I need to say.
Vintage records, vintage remedies, and vintage road signs are just a few of the retro things Carol collects. He scours the state looking for this stuff, but also finds some of it on the internet.
I do find things on there now from time to time.
Yeah, so computers aren't that bad.
Yeah, I guess.
Get to find some cool stuff on there, right?
Yeah, there's some advantages. The spell check is good.
Fortunately, USA is easy to spell and showcase in this place that's proud to be American.
I know some collectors, they collect great stuff, but they just build rows of shelves and stick things up on shelves. Say, I got one of those. Oh, that's cool. But you could give them some personality, you know.
This store? This store. Look, I call it a store. This museum.
Yeah.
You're a bachelor pad. That's personality.
Yeah.
Carol's collection includes massive cartoon characters that are colossal in size. This is what's amazing to me. These figures.
Yeah.
They're huge.
Yeah.
Pepe Le Pew,
Yeah.
Bugs Bunny,
Yeah.
Daffy Duck,
Yeah.
Sylvester the Cat.
My goal is to get the entire Looney Tunes cast someday.
The one you're missing. Foghorn Leghorn.
Foggy, you gotta have Foggy. I'm looking for Foggy. The 8-foot big boy over here, which was my first fiberglass statue.
This was your first one?
Uh-huh. And I just found out a couple of years ago that he came from one of the first 2 big boy restaurants.
Wow. Now that's a fine looking statue.
Y'all are twins, man.
Oh, yeah. Grape soda, known as Grapette, also meant a great deal to this gatherer.
I got what I think may be the largest Grapette soda collection in existence.
There is still Grapette in these things. Mm-hmm. Is there ever a moment where you're like, man, I really miss that flavor?
Yeah, but I sure wouldn't want to drink one of those. I got started on the Grapette because that was my favorite drink as a kid, for one thing. I was 12 before I knew my tongue wasn't supposed to be purple. You know.
Surely this is it, though. There can't be any more. You don't have more stuff, do you?
Yeah. Come on out back.
You actually have a store here.
Yeah, it's set up like an old general store.
Wow. Look at that.
Built it out of 100% old rustic materials. It's pretty cool. Stocked up with any kind of old store stock, like stepping back into the 40s.
So everything in here is like the 40s.
Pretty much. It covers a few decades, but it goes from all the way to turn of the century up, probably.
It even sounds
Yeah.
like an old store.
Yeah. Got the creaky floor.
Smells like an old store.
Yeah.
Why did you build an entire store in your space?
Why not?
And you're retired or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
This is a very interesting retirement. It's been said that as you get older, 3 things happen. The first is your memory goes. And the other 2? Well, I can't remember the other 2. But Carroll is busy remembering the 50s because that brings him back to a joyful time in his life, a joy he wants to share with Texas.
If you grew up in this area, it will take you back to a time. It just makes you feel good, I think. It was just a time in history I think everyone should either relive or at least learn about.